All right, my friends. Now, in going through some of the questions that you've shared, which I'm very grateful you have, I can see that there's an opportunity for you to join forces, join heads together, because if you open up the PMBOK guide and you look through a lot of the chapters and you go to the glossary and you do it like a research type of affair, you'll get answers to this. So this one, for example, communications is an area of lack. This is rather wide net. It's too wide net. You need to be more specific about what you don't know. So this kind of question or comment, it shows me that there's some room for collaboration. If everyone brings what they have to the table and share, you'll probably discover a lot more of what you actually do know and probably be able to fine tune what you don't. Because when you boil it down, communications has 3 processes. It's that simple. And you either know what goes in the processes really well, you either know what the processes entail, or you don't, right? So you got planned communications management, you got managed communications, you got monitor communications. Do you know what each of these actually does? Planned communications management is planning. How are we going to communicate? But there's a lot more. There's a communications management plan, there's communication methods, there's a concept of communication models. Do you know what triggers the certain responses you get from individuals in a communication model? Do you know that the generation factor is one of them, the mood factor, things like this, right? Push, pull, and interactive communication methods. All of this is talked about in planned communications management. Then we get into managed communications, where you're generating project communications. And monitor communications, where you're checking to make sure if the communications that you did in managed communications is actually working. Then we have the world of Agile, which is covered in concepts, trends, tailoring, and considerations for Agile. Seriously, my friends, if you have not spent time digesting the contents of the PMBOK guide, you're always going to feel you don't know enough, or you're going to hit a roadblock, or you're going to feel that you got a lacking area. Honestly, take time to make notes and take time to clearly delineate what you do know from what you don't know. And if you find a topic, for example, something you don't know, just research it. Google is your friend. PMBOK is your friend. And the books we provide are your friends as well. Okay? So I really want to make it clear, the exam, I've been hearing all sorts of things recently, but it boils down to this. Agile is still big. Huge focus on the exam is still going to be Agile. It's going to be tough Agile. So you need to take some Agile related quizzes that will open up your Agile mind, that will toughen you up. That's what we need to do. So if there are any quizzes in Agile that you have not taken, any of those tiny little tests in Agile, please go back to the drawing board, review them, do them again, and you will be glad that you did. But a lot of the questions that you've asked as a team, I can assure you those are not the big ticket items for your PMP exam. Those are kind of good to know, nice to know, might be in a couple of questions, maybe 3, but they're not insurmountable things. And that's a good sign. It shows that the big ticket items, things in Agile, hopefully you've got those down pat. I hope this helps, my friends. I'll talk to you soon.